dreams. I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on.
I want it that way.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
No, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride,
baby,
trying to holler at me.
I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta love me the
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive.
I
Bye, bye, bye. I'm Mr. Brightside.
We're meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be near, and that's the deal, my dear.
I'll walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I walk alone. When you left, I lost a part of me. It's still so hard to believe. Come back, baby, please, 'cause we belong together.
You said let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything
You're beautiful.
you want and need.
Said I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. Why can't I turn off the radio?
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York
the left,
City?
to the left.
Go 1,000 miles
You're
away. Girl,
irreplaceable.
tonight you look so pretty.
I said
Yes,
it's
you do.
too late to apologize. Touch my body, throw me on the floor, wrestle me around, play with me some more.
Just
Touch my
don't
body,
stand
throw me on the
there,
bed. I just wanna make you feel like you never
That's
did.
alright, because I love the way you lie.
You know I'd catch a grenade for
California girls wear
ya.
unforgettable days. They do bikinis on
I'm
top.
on the right track, baby, I was born this way.
Your time out,
Now you're just somebody that I used to
shine bright,
know.
your time out. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
'Cause I'm happy.
I'm alive. What do you mean? I'm alive. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long. Gotta do my hair, put my makeup on. It's Friday night and I won't be long.
Love me like you do. Love me like you do.
I'm alive.
What you think? Despacito, puedo respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído. Quiere que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo.
So won't you ride with me, see where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be, baby, if it's meant to be. 'Cause I know,
I love the shape of you.
half of my heart is in
It's
her.
like
I know,
in my feet. Suddenly I'm feeling all I need, all I need.
why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? In the middle.
I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Using a satin fabric creates puckering. Honey, let this cookie crumble.
Good evening.
Hello, my darlings. How are
Hello.
you? Oh, welcome to the Wig and Sling back. Get yourselves in.
Yeah, coming in from the cold.
Shut door. Put wood in hole.
Oh, it's dead cold here, isn't it?
Oh, it's cold here.
We're all right in this room, but it's really cold.
Outside, and it's very, very grey and windy.
Scarbados. Let's go through who's in. We've got Ivan in. Ivan was straight through the door as soon as we turned the little thing from closed to open. In he came.
She was in.
Nibbles and Bubbles closely following.
After a bubbles.
Diamond Trinket. Ellen Meadows. Ivan got his calendar and says it's brilliant. Well done, Ivan. Chuck Trow. Then he's
Hi,
coming
Chuck.
all the way from New Hampshire. Joe Connor in Australia is here. Tracy is in. Sandra Brown, Zoot Slayer. Coral Daft is in. Sharon Wood. Paul McFarlane is here. Seven Network is in. Paul Larson from California is here. Pauline Grant. Jason Darcy is in.
She's in the house.
Fizz is here. Pete Pertovsky has got a Spud You Like-er ready. Tucking into his jacket potato. Andrew Chapman is with his cat Snowflake. Joanne Gray is all the way from Chile, Ashington. The dog is warming her feet and the cat's keeping the dog warm. Rob T. Cy Slimbo is in. Oh, hang on. We've just missed some people. Cy Slimbo's here. Jimmy Riddle Show. Joe F. Karen Avery. Tracy Ann Cannon. Andrew Gunn. Yorkshire Bus Guy just coming in.
Keep waving that.
Hello, hello, hello.
I wave that, but you can't
everyone
see it.
on YouTube and everyone who's just about to come in, hello. And over here,
Over in the Facebook snug, we have the lovely Mark Mondeo Pearson, Martin Garton Spence, lovely Geraldina Lee, the lovely Neil Sandwell, Jason Rigby and his little puppy. That was us. My brother Michael. Hi, Mishmash, and I think my dad might be watching. Hello, Daddy. Mark Wotton, CJ, Robert Hobbs.
Robert Hobbs is going to try the subtitles. I don't know if they're going to work. We'll try to speak clearly.
The lovely Charlie Mitchell, Melanie and Cindy and Angela. Lovely Lisa. She says it's sunny but -8 where she is.
Over in Canada.
The lovely Rain Simmons. Sonia. Hello, Sonia. Alex Clark.
Alex Clark!
Happy birthday to you for tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you for tomorrow.
Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, little bird told us it's your birthday tomorrow, Alex. So we thought we'd sing you a little song.
A little song. What a young whippersnapper you are.
He is. Have a lovely day, my darling. And we've got Gabrielle Chassé, Richard Bobbins Duffer, the lovely Anthony Berry and Mr. Thruttons, I think might be in. The lovely Jonathan Brett Warren. I think we said hello to Sonia, but I'll say hello again.
Geraldina Lee, it's her first time. Geraldina's all the way from Crewe.
Oh, I thought I didn't recognise the name.
Yeah, Geraldina Lee. We know Crewe only because we go through it on the way to Liverpool on the train, or I used to. Andrew O'Duffy.
Joel William Hazeldine. Philippe Jacques Fortinborough. I always wanted to do a French accent for you. Lovely Keith Welland has been sending some lovely little funny pictures this week. Lovely Marcia and Ewan. Is Ewan in the house?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yep.
Jason Rigby, Catherine Jane, Mark Hall, aka High Street.
Oops, what's falling over?
Wonderful. And over here, let's check if anyone else is coming in. Lucy and Katie are in. Andrew Chapman's just finishing his Chippy Tea.
Oh, Chippy Tea.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. For some reason I can't scroll that much on the YouTube. We're missing messages. So the burning question: how's my tooth or lack of tooth? Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
Slowly healing, isn't it?
It's weird. It's still it's weird because I've got this big gap right at the back of my mouth, and I've got a sideways tooth, which is really strange because I've never been able to feel it before because there's been another tooth against it. So now I can feel this really odd sideways tooth.
Yeah.
My dentist, when I was young, I had to have a lot of dental work because he told me I was higher up the evolutionary scale.
Oh, your in-law, your mum and dad's just come in, my lovely in-laws.
So yeah, I'm like an X-Men. I've evolved more than most people with my weird teeth.
Your mum rang earlier.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she she's got some stackers in.
Stackers.
And she's missed them.
Oh,
and
yeah, she's not had stackers for ages.
And she's enjoying being reunited with stackers.
So Jason, when I used to go to Liverpool on the train from London, we'd always go through Crewe. In fact, my dad drove us to Crewe once, didn't he? Because it was snowing and we couldn't get the train.
Oh, yeah, your dad's
Liverpool.
lovely. He's picked us up so many times, hasn't he?
From weird places.
Once we were stranded somewhere because there was a heat wave, and all the tracks had gone, and all the trains had stopped. And he came somewhere. Where was it? Somewhere called Mud Flaps. Where was it?
I can't remember.
It was some weird little town. Or
It was a town near like Ormskirk.
give them Mud.
I don't know.
It might not be Mud.
Dad might remember. But we'd been how ridiculously middle class of me and Alan. We'd been to Manchester to meet my friends for pate and bread by the canal. Do you remember? We went to a pub that did pate and cheese boards.
Yeah.
And then we tried to
My
get the train
goal.
back.
That was it. Sorry. Mud flaps or whatever. Yeah, my goal. That was it. Yeah, and he came all the way, picked us up in the heat, and drove us all the way home again.
Because we were properly scuppered because there was nothing going on to all taxis. You couldn't get a taxi anywhere.
Richard Bobbins Stuffer says he works in Ormskirk.
Ah, I know Ormskirk really well.
nearby, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's dead close. So Richard, I'm from Formby. You'll know Formby well. Yeah, I'm good. Alan, how's your dizziness? People are asking.
Oh, a lot better. I only suffer from it when I feed Peggy, when I have to bend down and pick the dog bowl up and put it back down again. So I've been using some sort of weird rubberized kitchen tongs.
I go in, he's made these little MacGyver implements out of kitchen utensils.
I love you know that I bend down very often. Unless to wash my shoes.
Who's Martin? Martin Garten Spence. Aberdeen to Edinburgh to Crewe to Abergavenny. 8 hours. God,
Abergavenny, is that
I
Wales?
I used to get the train from York to Aberdeen. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
And it would take 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, I used to all across the top.
One time I went up there, and it was snowing, badly snowing, and I just managed to get from Scarborough to York on a train, and then I got on the train that was going to Aberdeen, and basically we were like, the snow was chasing us. It was like Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
And the snow was chasing us, and like all the stations were shutting down as we went past. And I got to Edinburgh, and basically they kicked us out and said, no more trains, that's it. I blagged my way into the first class lounge at Edinburgh Station, and kind of wooed the staff there. And they told me about this one train that might be going to Aberdeen, and told me like run that way. They've not announced it, but we think it's going to go. So I ran down and jumped on this train that took me to Aberdeen. Managed to get there, like the last train that was kind of leaving Edinburgh for Aberdeen. Got to Aberdeen in the snow, got to the helicopter, cancelled, the rig had kind of frozen, and I ended up being stuck in Aberdeen for like 6 days, didn't I? I was snowed in, I couldn't get out.
Eating chips and cheese pies, wasn't it?
Macaroni pies.
With side salad.
Yeah, eating macaroni pies in my little bedrooms, and I was hopping from hotel to hotel because I didn't like. I could only book a hotel every night in case I could get home the next day. Anyway, Louis
says she wants to say hello to Patrick because it makes him laugh so much.
Hello, Patrick. Patrick.
And Charlie says one of his little pussies is not very well.
Oh, Charlie, send it to love.
Been under the weather, but she's said she's giving. I think she's telling him to frig off.
Yeah, Martin, I blagged my way into first class. I wasn't first class, but I managed to blag my way in. I do that quite a lot. Let's have a look. What's the news over here? Yeah, YouTube's not too filthy at the moment.
Not yet. Thank you, Chuck. Chuck from Americas sent me a lovely video of some aubergines the other day because he was playing with his aubergines last Wednesday on YouTube, and he actually sent me some live footage from an American grocery store where he was showing me some prize aubergines.
I saw it. He was squeezing them like a good one in front of a lot of shoppers.
I was very impressed by them, better than ours. I was going to, do the same and show me some from Aldi, but they weren't looking great.
They're all wrapped up, aren't they, in Plazzy?
Not in Aldi,
Too much
no.
Blasi.
I know they're all out that little.
Chuck's having homemade guacamole with a splash of red wine cocktail today. Isn't it early for you to be munching that, Chuck? Slice Limber says, is Ormskirk in Better Call Saul? Don't think it's the same Ormskirk. Ormskirk's a wee little market town near Southport and Formby.
Lovely Linda Lee Hughes, your cousin, says cheese pies and chips sounds lovely, but you had it like night after night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Lucy, it's not just a cheese pie and chips. It's macaroni cheese in a pie. They're called macaroni pies. You can't get them anywhere apart from up in Scotland. Maybe only up in Aberdeen. Martin will be able to let us know. But yeah, macaroni pies, macaroni cheese in a pie.
And I think because of your sort of unhealthy Scottish diet, you had to have like a blood test in you, and it all came back all like warning, warning, warning.
Yeah, I had to do when I worked on the oil rigs. I had to do proper, like you have to go for a health check, proper, full on health check. You get your blood taken. You have to do a bit of running. You have to walk. You have to take your glasses off and try and escape from the building you're in. You have to do hearing tests. They take your blood. And anyway, I got a letter about 2 weeks later saying, we've got the results of your tests. We advise you take them to your doctor as soon as possible.
Oh, we were worried.
Dead worried.
Yeah.
So I had to go and see my doctor, and he was looking through and he was saying, no, this is really good. He said, everything's really, your cholesterol's great. This is good. Are you vegetarian? Because this kind of points to a very healthy diet. And then he turned over the page and he went, your liver. And I said, oh, yeah. And he said, are you, do you drink a lot? And I said, no. And he said, do you have any sort of problem with alcohol? And I said, no, not at all. And he said, so tell me what you think, like, not a lot is. How much are you drinking a week? And I said, maybe 2 pints. 2 pints of lager, I don't know. And he said, your liver is kind of showing signs that you've got, like, an alcohol problem. It's not good at all. And he said, what's your diet like? Because you're telling me you're vegetarian, so it's a good diet. What have you been eating recently?
It's all right.
And I said, well, just before I had the blood test, I'd been living in a hotel in Aberdeen for kind of 2 weeks, and I'd basically eaten junk food in my room kind of every night.
And that's why
And he said, you've wrecked your liver. He said, your liver's awful. He said, you need to change your diet, and then we'll do another blood test and find out. And I did another blood test kind of 6 months later.
And you're all fine.
Completely fine.
Back to normal now.
Yeah.
But, everybody's on about chippy teas. I hope we're not putting you off your chippy teas after all that.
My blood tests and my wee tests to check I'd not been doing drugs. I had to get drug tested quite a lot.
Yeah, luckily you're not on them.
No, but when in Mexico, I was drug tested most days when you're going into the plant that I was working in. The oil rigs, you do drug tests. America, Houston, I've been drug tested a lot.
Is it a PP one?
P test, yeah, and it's like shame. It's like P test of shame because you kind of get queued up and you're not allowed to like leave and go and do something else. You have to sort of stay under the watchful eye of people. It's a bit like being in Wentworth. I imagined that I was Judy Bryant.
Yeah. Joe So Lombardelli wants to know. I think wants to know what you did on the rigs.
I was teaching people, so I was going out there and training people, Joe. So I'm a soft skills trainer, so I train people in soft skills, kind of relationships and interpersonal skills and communication skills, emotional intelligence. So I was actually going out and talking to these big, rough, beefy men about quite soft things. But, they need it as much
They were
as
lovely,
everyone
weren't
else.
they?
Yeah,
You
they were
loved them.
lovely. I loved it. I really enjoyed my time out there. And I was kind of flying from rig to rig by helicopter most days, which is exciting in itself and a little bit scary.
I used to get ever so worried because obviously these poor guys have been doing like a 12-hour shift and then a training course added on the end of that. So they all used to sort of turn up in the training room all like angry and a bit frigged off, like, my breakfast. And then after the course, they were like coming up, shaking his hand, and
cuddling me and stuff,
cuddling him,
me,
saying,
like,
"Oh wow, you really sort of changed my outlook on things, and thank you so much." And
it's a weird place to work though, especially now, because I guess if you go back like 10, 15 years, I imagine it was a much more kind of social, kind of fun place to work. Like in the evenings, I think there would be much more social stuff going on. But now, because everyone's on their own kind of little screens, internet connected to home, using the Wi-Fi, you kind of go into the restroom, the mess hall, and no one's talking to each other. They're all kind of plugged into their own little worlds.
And they don't drink, do they? Not allowed alcohol on there.
No, not at all.
And they work like 12 hours on...
But there's signs of it that it used to be quite fun, because there's like cinemas and like loads of snooker tables, pool tables, dartboards. There's trophies everywhere from when they used to do little competitions and stuff.
Was there a stage there so you could perform for them?
I used to do the odd little routine on the snooker table for the boys of an evening.
Yeah.
Pop on my little waspy belt in my PPE.
Yeah.
And do a little dance for them.
Yeah, you used to come out with lots of tips, didn't you?
Hello, Heather Buchan. Welcome.
Mrs. Buckham.
Marcia and Ewan, I didn't fix any drills, but I used to go out and go around the rig, which is terrifying, and climb up like rusty ladders and stuff. And Rusty Ladders isn't like a stage
drag name.
Yeah, it's a fascinating environment. Like I was going to say, go if you ever get the chance, but if you're going to get
Timothy Coxon's made a good point. He said, dry January, I'm on the wine.
Cheers.
Good for you, Timothy.
I'm on the beer.
We're on the little beers, yeah.
Let's have a look at any news coming in. Sice Limbo was confusing Ormskirk with Bob Odenkirk, who was, of course, the star of Better Call Saul. Tracy Ann Cannon gets macaroni pies in Glasgow. Jane Bridges has mentioned deep-fried macaroni cheese pies.
They don't do them here for some reason. Aldi have a lot of pies from a company from Scotland called they have Scotch pies, but they don't have the vegetarian ones, do they?
They don't have the macaroni ones, and it's the same brand. Martin will know the brand. I can't remember the brand. I used to get them in Tesco's in like a little pack of 2 or 3. Martin says macaroni pies are all over Scotland.
Mind you, it wouldn't be very difficult to make one, would it, really?
No, but there's something really nice about it, because it's got that kind of... is it called wet water pastry? I don't know. It's got that hot water pastry.
Yeah.
They're just really nice.
Not made with lard, is it?
Food on the rigs was amazing, apart from for vegetarians. But it was amazing food. They have a chef there. They have to do really good food.
Well, a lot of energy.
Fresh bread every day.
They need a lot of energy, them lads, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not like dinner lady slop. It's really good food.
Lads and lasses on there. There's ladies as well, weren't they? Like cleaners and...
Yeah, there's not many women on there, but they're quite funny, the ones that are on there.
So they'll get like helicoptered in, helicoptered out.
Yeah, it's weird. It's such a strange environment. Alex Clark, the birthday boy, has said, can Rusty Ladders be a new character on Gigglebox?
Yeah.
Rusty Ladders has been there and done that.
Or it could be a new game show. Rusty Ladders. Climb up those rusty ladders.
Let's have a look.
Jason says they do macaroni pies in Malta, but with mince. Macaroni and mince.
Or do you just mean mince pies?
No, macaroni and mince. Like, is it called what's that?
Pastisa.
Greek,
pastisa
like lasagna.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought you just meant they do like pies with mince in them. You know, like
No, I think it
beef
means
and
macaroni
onion.
with the mince.
Oh, Alex Johnson says, sad news about meatloaf.
Yeah. Everybody's had a bit of meatloaf in their lives, haven't they? We grew up with meatloaf.
Yeah, he won't do that. What is it he won't do, though? We've never known.
Won't do that.
Go around the back. Yeah, it was sad news. But, you know, it was really sad news.
Of course it was sad news. What do you mean?
Well, because he's an anti-vaxxer and
Yeah, but
anti-masker.
still, it's
and
sad he died.
it's still sad, but you kind of think, oh, well, you know, could have been prevented, maybe. Little Peggy.
She's just grooming a little dew claw. She bites her little dew claw, so that's what she's doing.
She's down there. She makes little wimpy noises when she does it, but she's down there. You can see her sort of head popping out.
Yeah.
Rusty. Lenny,
She's still.
the birthday boy says Lenny Bennett should present Rusty Ladders.
Oh, is Lenny Bennett still with us? He's not over the bridge, is he?
Rusty Ladders. He was at Scylla's party, so.
Neil Sandwell says all this talk of pastry, he's got no sins left.
Oh,
He's on the Weight Watchers, isn't he?
Oh yeah. We've lost weight. We've done
Yes,
well.
I lost 5 pounds this week. Well, I lost a fiver. It went down the gradient street.
And I've lost about the same, haven't I?
Yeah.
4 or 5 pounds, which is great. I'm just looking at messages. We should do a Meatloaf and Cher spoof. We should do the video too. And I would do anything for love, because there is a woman in it as well, and it's quite a big epic-y video with the kind of Meatloaf in a mansion like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Is that the one that goes, on a hot summer night, would you somewhere where the roses?
No, I don't know. Is it?
Somebody will know that song.
It's the one where I would do it. It's where she goes, would you raise me up and let me down? Would you get you right out of this godforsaken town?
There's a song that starts off with, on a hot summer night, would you dance with someone with the roses? Yes, I will. Oh, I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. Someone will know. Does anyone
It's
recognise
Meatloaf.
that
It's
Meatloaf
Meatloaf
song?
and a lady talking, and then it goes into a song.
Yorkshire Bus Guy says, there's a sitcom ever been done on oil rigs. I should write it. Get writing. Yeah.
It could be called Rusty Ladders.
Rusty Ladders.
Couldn't it?
There was a drama on the oil rigs. I can't remember what it was called, but there was an 80s drama. I think Bobby Grant was in it. I think.
Was it?
I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, Lenny Bennett's dead, says John Gray. Lenny Bennett is over the bridge, so he can't host Rusty Ladders.
Cy Slimbo is a little bit angry later on in the YouTube chat because, as you know, Cy Slimbo is the official death keeper.
Death knell of who goes over the bridge. We can have Rusty Lee and call it Rusty Ladders with an I.
Could be Rusty Lee going to work on the rigs as a chef.
And
they call Rusty Ladders.
And it's called Rusty Ladders, and it's like a sort of Snakes and Ladders game show. Where you either go up the ladders or down the rusty snakes.
Oh, Rusty Ladders will just lead me to mentioning Faith Brown again, and that absolutely shocking.
No, yes.
The drama on the oil rigs was called Roughnecks, and it was filmed in Aberdeen.
You see, we don't need Google when we've got you lot here.
Mark Hall, aka High Street, has told us that the song is called Hot Summer Night.
Yeah.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Took the words right out of my mouth. No.
Oh, is that part? I thought you were saying because someone else had mentioned it. And Spencer Carter says it's took the words right out of my mouth.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's been about 30 years since I've heard it.
If it ain't Liza, I ain't listening. You did, when I first met you, you had a little Meatloaf tape.
Yeah, I had a Meatloaf edge to me.
I'm sure when I first met Alan, he had one of them. Do you remember them sort of plasticky kind of small suitcases that had a little clasp on it, and you pushed it and it opened, and you put your cassettes in it?
Oh yeah, you mean the cassette? I thought it was something you had carrying around on your shoulder.
No, do you remember them? They were, and they fitted your cassettes in.
My man bought me that for Christmas. You. Shut up, you.
And he had, who else did you have? I used to.
Well, it was one Meatloaf cassette, and the rest was Shirley Bassey.
And R.E.M. Chrissy Hines.
Some Vera Lynn, because I like Vera Lynn. I like all the old ones, you know.
Whereas I had a little CD player, didn't I? With
yeah,
a little,
she was cocky, yeah.
One of them little wallets where you put your CDs in.
Yeah.
Leaf. I also had a Tamagotchi when we first met, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think I killed it.
Yeah, well, my mum and I used to listen to Meatloaf on a Sunday. We used to have...
Michael's just saying your dad loves Meatloaf.
We used to drink homebrew and listen to Meatloaf on a Sunday after roast dinners. There we go.
Let's have a look what we've got. Pete Potowski's mentioned, I don't know if it's in relation to anyone else's comment, but Kato Mara in Triangle on the ferries. Just what a wonderful little show that is.
Kato Mara was...
Look it up.
A mate. Was she in Dynasty Dallas, All That Malarkey?
Yeah, she plays Caress Morel. I think you play her in our little skit.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate Amara.
And you wear that big back-combed Kate Bush wig.
That dry wig that needs a good drink.
News in from Cy Slimbo. Rusty Lee told his friend not to sit cross-legged on her chair when they ate at Rusty's restaurant in Birmingham.
Oh, where's what? Let's read that again.
Here, Cy Slimbo and his friend, I presume they were kids, ate at Rusty Lee's restaurant in Birmingham. And Rusty Lee told his friend not to sit cross-legged on the chair. To sit normally, not to sit with your legs crossed.
Really? Oh, she was a bit cheeky, wasn't it?
Well, you know.
No, I've heard saying that to him, because he's a customer.
Yeah, but it might have been a child, and he might have had dirty shoes.
I'd love to go to Rusty Lee's restaurant, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we used to go to Mama Cherry's restaurant in Brighton. Does anyone remember Mama Cherry?
She was featured on a Gordon Ramsay programme where he also went in and helped her. And then she sort of...
Yeah, he kind of forced her to open this huge restaurant, didn't he?
Well,
and
no,
she went bust in about 2 years.
But, the food was... I think we took my brother, didn't we, to Brighton?
Yeah, we took Michael there. Michael bought her cookbook. I bet he didn't cook anything.
I bet he's not cooked a jambalaya since he's bought it. But we didn't meet her, but it was always lovely food.
It was really good cornbread.
I had catfish goujons and a pineapple salsa. I'll never forget it.
There's some celebrity news in. Philip Jacques Fortinbras saw Faith Brown in Sunset Boulevard in Blackpool. And Mark Dayton. Mark Dayton's mother worked in a fabric shop, and Kate O'Mara ordered some material from her, but never came back.
Naughty Kate O'Mara.
And Michael Andrew Gibbons does remember Mama Cherry.
Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it? I don't know what you had, Michael. Did you have something exotic?
I think we got like tapasy.
We did, didn't we?
We just all helped ourselves to it.
Yeah.
Apart from I got veggie bits and pieces, most probably. It was a lovely.
Which was good.
Oh yeah, it was a lovely restaurant. We were so gutted when we went back and it wasn't around.
There's one restaurant that I regret not going to when I was in London, and that's Nancy Lamb's.
Yeah, well, you were obsessed with Nancy
I love
Lamb.
that. Well, I still am. I love Nancy Lamb. Get a pen! Get a pen! Get a pen!
Good evening, Gary and Debbie. Todd evening to you also.
Has anybody else been to a celebrity restaurant? By the way, I'd love to hear that. If you've been to...
Question I missed. So yeah, let us know. Have you been to celebrity restaurants? Question I missed. When did we first meet?
We met in 1997 or 96, 97.
97, yeah.
At the Museum of the Moving Images.
It's from Nibbles and Bubbles.
We were both employed. We'll tell her on Friday.
Oh yeah, we're meeting. We'll tell you on Friday. We'll fill you in.
But we'll tell you as well.
97.
97, we met as actors. We'd both been employed to work there, and it was our first day. And we were on the same shift, weren't we? Because it was just 3 little shifts that would cover the whole day.
We just started getting on. We got on so well, and then we started flirting a bit. And then
within a week, he was giving me a mixtape.
I wasn't. I didn't give you a mixtape till you frigged off and did that TIE tour where you had to run around and shake hands with people.
Shall we tell them the toothbrush story?
Yeah.
So James has sort of come and stay when we got caught in, and I thought, there's that sort of stage when you sort of go, he's going to be around for a while. We're going to be together. So I went, I think you better get yourself a toothbrush. I didn't say it like that.
In my head, it was like that wonderful bit in...
Here's a bloody ring on your finger.
In Trudy Madly Deeply, where she ends up dating the guy, and then she's sort of getting over Alan Rickman, and he goes and buys her a toothbrush at an all-night garage. It was romantic in my eyes. It most probably was a bit... Get yourself a toothbrush. And then Princess Diana died, and, we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
Zoot Slayer saw Patricia Arquette buying brandy snaps in Whitby. Just a sentence that none of us ever thought we'd have heard. Spencer Carter, Amy Childs from Towie came into his radio station trying to peddle her coffee bar. She ordered 3 lattes, but said to them, and I quote, "You ain't having any pastries."
So we mentioned 2 fat ladies. Madame a fan? Oh, I love the 2 fat ladies. Cream with everything, butter, lard. I wish they'd had a restaurant. I'd definitely gone to that one.
Here we go. We're going to put adverts. So we're going to an advert break, and then we'll be back.
Looking to lose weight? Then let me tell you how. Hello, my name's Joan, and this is Joan Plan.
I've worked with some of the country's top dietitians and scientists to create a tasty, speedy, and helps you lose those lockdown pounds. Joan Plan includes bountiful breakfasts, light lunches, and delicious dinners, and even plenty of tasty treats for those in-between meal cravings. Our dedicated team of Joan Plan advisors are on call 24/7 to give you all the support and encouragement you need. Once a month, you'll get a delivery from Joan Plan, which has everything you'll be eating for the next 4 weeks. Every Joan Plan meal is professionally prepared using the best quality and freshest of ingredients.
One portion wouldn't feed a baby. Mind you, I've not been in a chip pan for 3 weeks. Cheers, Joan Plan. I mean, they're alright. The brown pappy stuff, I pop in a pie or give it to a dog. Is that alright, buddy?
I've normally finished my Joan Plan box by the end of the first week, which means I have 3 whole weeks left to treat myself to whatever I want.
The pouches are very, very little, so I have to use about 8 of them to make just one meal.
I don't always have the time to prepare tasty meals. Now, thanks to Joan Plan, I can squeeze in a coq au vin or a spotted dick for afters.
I usually pop a pouch in the microwave, and then it's ready and reheated by the time I get back from the chippy. And then I just sling them with chips.
I'm a busy working mum, so I don't always have time to cook for myself. So I have a Joan Plan shake for breakfast and for lunch, and the evenings are, well, a bit of a blur.
I don't have time to make sensible, sophisticated dinners, but the girls at Joan Plan HQ are superstars. They're like cheerleaders, cheering me on, supporting me with my weight loss. With their encouragement, I've really got my mojo back. Thanks, Joan Plan.
Joan Plan, the weight loss plan which helps you to lose pounds, not pence.
There's a bit of help for you if you're looking to lose some weight. A bit of inspiration. A
little bit of inspiration. Some messages have come in. Andrew Chapman once cooked for Hugh Jackman before he was famous, when he was a student teacher back in the early 90s. Cool. Cy Slimbo once ate at Jamie Oliver restaurant. It was the most disgusting thing he's ever eaten. He thinks it might have been a misprint on the menu. Nibbles and Bubbles. Apparently Samuel L. Jackson is filming in Halifax at the moment. We might see him on Friday. Any more news on there? Any news we missed here? Martin Garten Spence. Only 2 celeb chef restaurants in Aberdeen, both by Nick Nairn. Nick Nairn. And both bankrupt.
Oh, really?
Martin remembers bumping into him in the local gay bar, and he was absolutely rat-arsed on £5 bottles of wine. Ooh. He came up to him at the bar and said, "I've absolutely got no problems with your kind."
Oh, I thought he did.
Well, he sounds rank.
I bet he was there looking for trade.
I bet he was. Trying to buy some chicken for a basket.
Looking for a little haggis.
The Joan Plan wig. Alan, tell us the story.
Now I had my eye on that. I bought that off of eBay, and it wasn't like buying it now. It was like what they call it, bidding. And she was selling 2 wigs, the woman, and it was also the Kiki D wig, you know, the spiky one that Merger wears. And I thought, these are going to go for such a lot of money. The Joan Plan I bought for £3.52.
Oh, really? Wow.
And the Kiki D like £1 and 2p.
I bet she was livid, the woman who sold them.
But they are both arrived and they smell of cigs. They both smell of fags.
We've got a set of wigs. There's like 4 of them, I think, in the collection, and I call them the cig wigs.
They smell of fags.
And I would say, can I wear one of the cig wigs? Because they actually look really good, but they smell of fags.
It's funny when I buy wigs off eBay because you know the one I wore for what was I talking about earlier, the Kate Bush one with all the raggedy bits. The woman she put in the description, this is a very heavily used wig. It's very tangled, and I bought it for something like £4. And she sort of sent a message saying, "It's really bad wig, you know. It's a bad wig. I'm telling you now before you receive it." And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's just for some character work, dressing up work." And it was massive, wasn't it? It's like a big mane.
Yeah, it is. We're not in Halifax on Friday. We're just meeting Nibbles and Bubbles in Yorkshire, but maybe Samuel Jackson's doing a little...
He might come to Scarborough.
explore. The lovely Andrew Lancel has just appeared.
Oh, hello.
Andrew Lancel is guest presenting a show on Sunday night on Radio Liverpool Live. Pete Price's show, Sunday night. And the guests of honour... Yeah, we're going to be guests. I've known Andrew since I was about 15, 16. And Andrew's gone on to, like, huge acclaim. He was in The Bill. He was in Coronation Street for years.
Was he a baddie? Were you a baddie in that?
He was a baddie.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. All over telly and all over theatre, and just a wonderful guy. And I can't wait to chat on Sunday night to put the world to rights. Well, we won't put the world to rights. We'll just talk about wigs and slingbacks. But we'll have fun. So, yeah, listen to us. I guess you can find us online. I'll share the link anyway. But Sunday night we'll be on Liverpool Live, Liverpool FM, Radio Merseyside. I don't know which station it is. I can't remember. Jesus, Mary and Joseph and the Wee Donkey. Adrian Dunbar is currently filming in Wigan. Gary Debbie Coxill says we need to do a Kiki and Elton song.
Oh, we did. We sang that song in Panto, didn't we? Don't go breaking my heart.
When we did Panto, we that was kind of one of our big songs. What other songs did we have?
Oh, we did a couple of... Forget your troubles, come on, get happy.
The Marilyn Monroe song.
I wanna be loved.
Oh, yeah, I wanna be loved. But we did that as a duet.
And I did
Big Spender.
Big Spender as my Dame song. And I gave out like chocolates to the audience. And then as the run went on, the director got a bit tight and then started giving me a basket of Chewits to throw out. I said, they don't want Chewits, they want chocolates. So I was really embarrassed when I was throwing out Chewits. Sorry.
And Andrew says we're squeezed in between Boris Johnson and Idris Elba.
Oh, well, that's all right,
I think I might be reading that wrong.
We'll lighten things up. Jason Ruby said, was his mum played by Gwen Taylor?
No, here we go. And Neil Sandwell, so news is in. Neil Sandwell says he sat next to Andrew Lancel when Andrew was watching his son in MAME. So Andrew's son is...
What else did Neil say? Talented lad.
Talented lad.
Don't miss that out.
Jason Rigby, Andrew was the character who attacked Carla Connor in Corrie, if anyone knows it. And Jason wants to know, was your mum played by Gwen Taylor or not? He's confused. With the comments are coming in thick and fast, and I can't keep them going. Timothy Coxon, we do have calendars on sale.
Yeah, we have a few left before they go to the recycling bin.
Andrew has said it was the proudest day of his life when he's not sitting next to you, Neil, although that was part of the whole event. But proudest day of his life watching his son play the lead in MAME. And his son is currently on telly with Maxine Peake in
that
thing
drama
on the BBC that we've not watched yet. We're going to binge it. There we go. Charlie Mitchell was on a flight with Paula Yates.
And what was that?
Sice Limbo will fill us in on Paula Yates, I'm sure. Here we go. I'm missing loads of your comments.
We try and keep up with your comments because we don't want to miss them and we don't want to...
Sice Limbo says, what are the wigs called down there? They're called merkins.
We don't have any of them.
We don't have any merkins.
Although I did buy a job lot of hair bits.
Like clip-on, like fringy
that you can
bits.
add to wigs and stuff. So when I did my Mae West, that's made up of like 4 or 5 wigs all piled up. So some of those can be used as a merkin if ever we need one.
That'd be a very big merkin. It'd be very,
some
very big bush.
Some little fringes.
I don't think we're ever going to have a merkin. Lucy, my cousin knew off the bat that they were called merkins. She was right in there. At last, Pete Price went Sunday night. Okay, so Eamon Clabby knows we're going to be on the Pete Price show Sunday night.
Richard Bobbin said he sat next to Gary Lineker on a flight.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone famous on a flight.
You have? Jinx Monsoon? Was it Jinx Monsoon?
Oh, yeah, no.
No, it was...
Adore Delano.
Adore Delano.
And I had a good old chit-chat with him. Him, her, they.
Him.
Them.
Him.
I think they might be a them now.
Oh, is he them now?
Yeah. But I went up and chatted to him, and he was so lovely. They were so lovely to me. I thought they were a Japanese pop star at first. And I was thinking, God, I really recognise you, but you look like you're in J-pop, because he was dressed so kind of flamboyantly. That was on a flight to New York, and I didn't chat to him on the flight, but when we got off the flight and he was waiting for luggage, I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to go over and say something. I didn't want to bother him on the flight, because then he's like weirded out by this person for the whole flight watching him.
Yeah, that wouldn't be nice, would it?
But that's it. Clive Owen, I think I've been on a flight with him, and Keira Knightley.
Oh, they're all coming out now. I've not been in a fight with anybody, though.
You've been on a flight with me.
Eh?
Sice Limbo said R.I.P. Paulie Yates. Lots of suggestions coming in for sketches. Nibbles and Bubbles' ex-husband lives next to Ainsley Harriott.
Oh, that must be fun for him.
Well, I could
a little bit of Susie Salt, a little bit of Percy
It could be
Pepper.
horrific.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
I think so, but it depends what he's like. I bet he's lovely, Ainsley.
Ainsley, what goes with catfish? What goes with eggs?
People kept asking Gary Lineker to sign crisp packets.
Oh, really? Yeah, good.
Well,
shame on him.
Richard says even he found it annoying, let alone what Gary was thinking.
Oh, he's known it for crisps now, isn't he? More than football, do you think?
Oh. Gary Debbie Coxill says, I wish we were nearer. I'm an expert with a... And I can't read that word. Shackle.
With a shackle. Shackle.
I have a feeling Gary Debbie Coxon is a hairdresser.
Oh,
so I wonder if a shackle's something to do with a wig. Maybe it's what you call them little clippy things.
Anthony Berry was asking about the little wig that little baby Dolly Sherry was wearing. That's a hairpiece. And it has a little elasticated hole which you can put over a hair bun.
Oh, okay. I thought it sounds like a merkin.
Oh, it does look a bit mucky when you look at it.
Richard Bobbin Stuffer, it's all linked. Richard Bobbin Stuffer once cooked with Ainsley on Can't Cook, Won't Cook.
Oh, Richard, have you got the episode?
Yeah, we want to watch it.
We want to see it cook.
I love everyone's little claims to fame with like who you've met and stuff. Me and my ex-boyfriend argued for years after I was certain we saw Sheila Hancock on a night flight from Malaga. He still says it wasn't her, but I'm convinced. That's from Yorkshire Bus Guy. I wonder if that was the end of the relationship.
If you're convinced, then that's true. I can imagine she had a little place.
I can imagine she'd get a flight from Malaga.
Yeah.
But also, I think a lot of women on flights back from Malaga of a certain age would look like Sheila Hancock. Because they all look quite sort of like...
Yeah, like blonde hair.
Thin and leathery.
Oh, poor Sheila. Don't say that to her.
You know what I mean, though. My mum and dad had a place in Spain. And do you remember there was a small dainty woman that came to visit them one day, and she was dressed top to toe in white.
Oh, yes.
I know her name, but I'm not going to say it in case she's...
With Vesta?
Yeah, she came, this little woman. So she was little. She was almost like sort of...
oh, yeah.
Like a bird. Like tiny little thing.
A bit like the old lady in Benidorm on the chair.
But kind of posher.
But not in a chair. She stood up and had a white vest.
Top to toe in white.
Coral jewellery. Blonded hair.
Bit like Carol Channing's hair.
And a white vest. Which is called Purdy. Should I say
no,
name?
You can't. Don't mention a name because Mum will freak out because it might be, But it's kind of that. But she also had a woman with her who was silent.
It was like a bouncer.
Was massive and just had a vest top on and like shorts. Kind of the sort of.
And it was cerise.
The sort of ensemble you might imagine a woman to look round houses with jasmine on a place under the sun.
And the vest was cerise, like a dark hot pink.
And she just stood there silently, didn't she?
Yeah, like watching.
They were checking us out, I think. I have met Adore Delano Marcia, so that was on a plane to New York.
Yeah, she was like Madge from Benidorm.
People, you're mentioning it too much, and when you mention it, she does appear.
Do you want to look at this?
Oh.
Yeah. It's a big surprise, surprise, surprise.
Don't put our Scylla in the mix.
Her name, when her name is mentioned too much, she will appear. Anthony Berry mentions that we need to do a That's Life sketch. That'd be quite a fun one to do, actually.
Oh, I love that. I was saying when she just go, unfortunately, all the donkeys had to be removed from the farm and turned into glue. Doc. There's always like a sad story, and then she used to go, Doc. And Doc used to sort of go, oh, I'll tell you some funny jokes. I used to love that life.
We should. We'll do a consumer program. We'll work it out. Laura Louise, amazing message has just come in. I played Quasar with Lionel Blair and Tim Brooke-Taylor in 1995. They were at a show at the Cliffs Pavilion in Southend-on-Sea, and I worked backstage for it. We all went to the seafront after one of the matinees and kicked ass at Quasar. I bet Lionel was quite like feral on Quasar.
Oh, I bet he was such a laugh. I bet he had a laugh.
A shout out to a Facebook group called Souvenirs from Other People's Holidays in Charity Shops.
What a good idea for a Facebook group.
So Souvenirs from Other People's Holidays in Charity Shops, a Facebook group run by Sonia McCarthy. Have a little look.
We'll have a look for that. Well, I like things like that because I see all the time, like little ship's wheels against a bit of wood. It says like Southampton, or a bit of thing of sand, layered sand.
When I first came to Scarborough to like look at this house, I came on my own, and I bought Alan a little present because we bought the house, and it was like a little present to say, yeah, we bought the house. And I bought him a magnet that said Scarborough on it, didn't it? And it had a little chubby woman on it, like in a bikini. It was You know what that's all. Took it home to Alan, gave it to him, and he looked at it and turned it over, and it said "Made in Broadstairs" on it, which is where we lived.
We moved from Broadstairs to here, so it was like, oh, they make them from here, and they know full well we're going there. You've got to laugh, haven't you?
We have to laugh.
Where would you be without a laugh? Yeah.
Charlie Mitchell says our consumer programme should be like the Gloria Hunniford thing on BBC.
Oh, I love that. I'm watching it every morning. Rip off Britain.
There's 3 of them, and they're like a sort of aged Charlie's Angels, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like, I booked with Ryanair, and they didn't even give me a free coffee on board. No, it's worse than that. I'm taking the mickey, but it's like people like are stranded because.
Do you remember we watched another one that was on Channel 5? I think it only ran for one series.
With Esther, I was mentioning Esther.
Esther was in it, and she used to hide in like pensioners' roofs and listen to people on like hidden cameras.
The thing is, we would watch every episode waiting for Esther to do like a Roger Cook thing and like, bash down the builder's door and go, what's going on? Where are these people's money? But she'd go, we tried to find out, but he wouldn't talk to us.
See you next week.
He wouldn't speak to us, so we just...
But she used to stand by a whiteboard and point at like...
Yeah.
She had a little team like... like an American drama where they have a little team like of mismatched crime fighters. She had them and she stood by a flipboard pointing at them.
I used to get really early trains when I lived in London every morning to go to work, and you always like stood crushed. And I used to see these like trains adverts on the side of the train and inside the carriage, and one was Esther Ranson's face, and the quote was "Fruit can be dangerous," and I go, eh? And it was her trying to sort of flog this insurance or like name to blame to claim, where somebody slipped on a grape and like broke their legs, so they sued the owner of the company for thousands of pounds. So yeah, fruit can be dangerous, Esther. You're quite right there. So I shall watch where I'm walking.
Martin Garton Spencer's mentioned Esther Ranson and Lynn Folds Wood teamed up to do a daytime consumer show, but it was called Old Dog's New Tricks.
We should do a Loose Woman sketch.
Diane McFarlane is in as well. Hi, Diane. That's Paul McFarlane's wife. MP, very minor, but we love minor celebrity spots. Spent a few years living in the Clifton area of Bristol and used to cross paths quite regularly with various cast from Casualty in Sainsbury's and Waitrose. Sice Limbo saw Eddie Redmayne in the Stafford Sainsbury's, and he's gorgeous up close. Any more that I've missed? Yorkshire Bus Guy met Gloria Hunniford a couple of times. Such a sweet lady. I bet she would be a sweet lady.
Have any of you actually met somebody like not they're sort of famous, but not really famous, or like, they're now working in Primark? Because that's always like fun to find out, isn't it? Somebody who's like famous, but perhaps now aren't.
Oh, we are going to hand over to our news. So we're going to...
is it news round
it's
time?
It's news time. So we met our news reporter last week, Jill Gerbil. She's back this week. So we'll be back after our local news.
Good evening and welcome to local news from local Facebook groups. Here are the headlines. Goat gangs prowl the streets in Llandudno. Chorlton bakers scare away thieves during attempted break-in. Robot vacuum cleaner makes a bid for freedom and escapes from Cambridge Travelodge. More on those later, but first our top story. A local restaurant has hit the headlines after its innovative dessert went viral. Let's find out what all the fuss is about.
Never tasted before. Only the crawfish lake is strong and tastes like chocolate never tasted before.
We're joined now by head chef and restaurant owner Val Haller. Good evening, Val.
All right there, Bab.
Now, Val, you might be a familiar face to a lot of our viewers because you haven't always been a head chef, have you?
That's right, Bab. Before this, I used to be a dinner lady at the Dudley Primary School.
Can you tell us how you first got the idea for your gastronomique experience?
Well, what had happened is I went and burnt my spotted dick. I'd now to give him for pudding. And then I remembered when I was at school how the little toddlers used to eat chocolate pudding. All over their fingers, all over their faces, the little looks on their face. So what I did is we had a big box of out-of-date Cadbury's Freddos at the back, melted that down, went out with a pan and a ladle, and the rest is history.
And do you have any other extra special meals on your menu?
Oh yes, well, they like drinking their consomme, you know, that watered-down soup with big bendy straws. And the edible Scrabble's gone down a storm, and that's just shreddies and alphabet spaghetti.
Now, before we go, Val, I must say this must be a lot of extra work for your cleaning staff.
Oh, no, it isn't. No, it's all interactive here at my restaurant. Well, they've got chocolate fingers. They might as well take the plates out to the sink and wash them as well.
Thanks, Val.
Are we done now? I suppose I better run those frozen prawns into the hot tap.
Thank you, Val. I, for one, can't wait to tuck into her tasty treats. Now, Showbiz. Let's head over to our entertainment correspondent to find out what's going on.
Yeah, Biggins. It'll be you and one of the Nolans. Celebrity Love Island. Oh, sorry, I better go. Call you in a bit, Dal. Oh, are you? Oh, it's all go here. Well, rumours has it that Adele has been in the back bedroom roaring again. She's had to cancel some of her shows, apparently, in Las Vegas. You know, that sort of American Blackpool. Well, do you know the tickets are between £50 and £500? And they said she can do 24 shows. That's nearly 12 million. No wonder she's sat on the bed roaring. Anyway, I've got a friend who's got a friend who knows the woman who makes her, Adele's slimming dinners. And she said that she wants all the money for the shows that she's not going to be appearing at. Bit cheeky, innit? But as Adele said, should I give up? Or should I just keep chasing payments? Now, another insider mate of mine, Vera, she does the ironing on Loose Women. And she said that ITV are planning to do Coronation Street 3 times a week, an hour an episode. Emmerdale, 5 nights a week, which most probably will clash with EastEnders. That's my TV schedule all up the spout. Mind you, my husband says, you watch far too much telly. I think he's right. Even when I dream there's had commercials in them. Mind you, my friend Irene, she works down at that college, and the media studies students say to her, watching too much TV lowers your IQ. You should start reading instead. I said, Irene, ignore them, do what I do. Watch your soaps with the subtitles on. I'll see you next week, Dal. Ruby, can you get me Jay McDonald on line 1? Cheers, Dal.
Thanks, Auntie Carol. Ooh, I love a good soapy binge. Now, before we go, let's find out what the weather's going to be like where you live. Tamsin, what's the weather going to be like where they live?
Hiya. Looks cloudy. I'll get your woolies out. It's going to be a frosty one. See ya.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Oh, it's going to be a cold week then, isn't it?
So it's going to, cold week, everyone. So
Comes
wrap
in.
up warm. I hope you found that useful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to keep doing kind of the weekly news because we enjoy putting it together. And
Well, it's more intended than the real news, isn't it?
yeah, I hope so. Good. So I think we're getting towards 9 o'clock. What we thought we'd do to kind of wrap up the week's episode is we'd watch the video that we made at the weekend with you all and kind of give you the backstage scoop. So tell you kind of how we went about it, what we did, all of that stuff. So you will know that this weekend's video was the Vicar of Dibley, which has been on the cards for a while, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
a lot of people asked for it, and it's been on. You know, we do actually have a list. When you write in and say, do this, do that, or suggest, we actually write them down on a list. And this was one that had been on us for quite a few months, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think when we did Keeping Up Appearances, we talked about doing Vicar of Dibley because we thought it had the same kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been waiting a while. Anyway, we did it this weekend and it went down really well. And you will most probably have seen that Dawn French herself watched it, which we were thrilled about and loved it and shared it. So anyway, we're going to watch it and we'll give you the inside scoop. We're going to keep the volume down on it so that YouTube don't kind of scupper us. And we'll keep pausing it and telling you what went into the making of it. So here we are, the Vicar of Dibley.
Is that on a little screen?
Yeah, it's there. Can you see it?
Yeah. Can't really hear it.
We can't hear it. They can hear it. But I've got the volume down low. So that's kind of library footage of a drone. And we got the Vicar of Dibley logo.
And then coloured it ourselves. didn't we?
Yeah, and took away the background and coloured it and made it work so we could put it overlay so we could have it on there for anyone who's interested in that sort of stuff.
This we sort of just made up because I thought I wanted to have a little nod to Geraldine loving her chocolate. Because a lot of you will know the Christmas episode when she eats all the Christmas lunches, that she has about 25 advent calendars pinned on her wall. And I thought little curly whirlies of a Bible bookmark was a nice little nod.
And we've got the Bible is
A Nigella Lawson cookbook.
without its cover. And the Mary in the background. That's
Well, you know the story of Mary. We've had her for a few years now, haven't we?
Yeah, she's in our garden normally, but she comes in over the winter.
She hibernates in our lounge in the winter. And the
outfit.
The cassock, I was looking to see if I could buy like a second-hand vicar's cassock, or no, they're called surplice. About £100. So I thought, so I looked online for a pattern, went to the local charity shop and bought a single bed sheet for £3 and knocked one up.
Yeah, he made it. It was amazing. I was up here and could hear the sewing machine on. Went down kind of an hour later and this amazing cassock had been made. Yeah, it's really good.
And the little green, I don't know what they're called.
Scarf.
That was just made from a little scarf. And the little cross, my friend Charlotte, when we did Panto about 100 years ago, bought me a little bag of little things to put on my costume, and one was a little crucifix.
Yeah.
So that came in handy.
So that's tied onto like a bit of chain, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of chain. Yeah.
So there we are. So that's your Dawn French.
And the dog collar's just made from a piece of cardboard and black and white gaffer tape.
Yeah, and I gaffer taped it around the back of your head, didn't I?
Yeah.
And she was the last character we did, wasn't she?
Yeah.
There we go. So that's curly whirlies I bought from the pound shop.
Yep. And there's still 4 left in the fridge. We haven't eaten them. Oh, little Alice. We wanted Alice to be portrayed affectionately.
Because we love that actress, and she's not with us anymore. She died quite young, Emma Chambers.
And we were like, "What? How do we show her without her talking?" Or we didn't want to nick a scene from the show, really. And then I thought, we'll do the whole like
little fruit friends.
Fruit friends. Give them
Cute
like googly eyes and make it all like cutie and. Because that when she was married, she was everybody had blonde hair, and then she wore like pink and unicorns and had Teletubbies as bridesmaids.
And the wig is Joan Plan.
Yeah, Joan Plan, all dressed up.
So it's the Joan Plan wig, but I've just pinned up kind of the sides at the back, and then Alan had it kind of flicked under, and I flicked it out.
And we bought the little googly eyes from the pound shop, popped on some fruit and veg, and we thought she'd give her a little fun story.
And then we wanted. I had the idea that the vicar's then eating one of Alice's like fruit friends after this little scene. Oh no! She's a little teeth actress. She has a lot of teeth. She has a lot of that. So when she sort of grins, she's got big teeth. So that's what I'm up to there. James Fleet. I'm not really doing much special there, am I? Because I'm in my own clothes. I'm in my own jumper. I'm in my own jacket.
Yeah, we looked at the character of Hugo, and we sort of remembered that there's one episode where he's obsessed with Kylie Minogue, wasn't there?
Yeah. So we wanted to build that in, and I just that is kind of like sort of that posh thing where they're quite awkward and they sort of bag around a little bit like that, and they're like little boys when they get excited, sort of do that kind of stiff sort of upper body stuff. So I was trying to do all that stuff, and then we made a Kylie book.
And of course, why shouldn't we use our own little Kylie photo of me last year?
So yeah, that's Alan as Kylie on the cover of the book. There we go, and then
So
we
this
have the
is
first of our four Christmas
dinners. So with these, we just want to have to be sort of like little slipped in during all the little character references.
Yeah, and a little Christmas dinner made there, and there's instead of turkey, there's ripped up pita breads.
Yeah, because obviously there's no turkey in the house.
Roast potatoes. You made some roast potatoes.
Well, I made a sort of a fake meal, really, didn't I?
So yeah, carrot, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cranberry sauce, the little hat that Sherry wore at the Christmas party.
And to sort of try and put across the different locations that she had their lunch in, we just filmed against different backdrops.
And that's like winter spice Vimto, isn't it? Which you really
it's
like.
lovely, yeah, it's nice, yeah. Watered down to look like wine.
So that dinner, she's all right. She's not feeling ill on that one. We kind of had trouble with him, didn't we?
Yeah, because he just recently died, and I always remember him, he was always a bit of a grumpy sod, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I sort of thought, how do we depict him without offending people, or he has just died, and so I thought, he did. I remember one episode where they wanted some famous person to be judges in the country shows, and he was like, I was the last one, and I thought, well, we'll have him as a little judge.
Yes,
judging. We were going to have him judging melons. I was going to have 2 big melons, but Oldie didn't have any. So
butternut squashes.
Yeah.
And a bit of like Hessian
bunting.
Bunting, which you might see again in this weekend's sketch, I think.
Oh yes,
I think we'll maybe use that again.
But there's the second Christmas dinner. We tried to sort of show that it's different time and place. What with the hat?
Change of hat.
The background.
Change of angle. So that's the front room. So we just flipped the camera around. So the first one we were pointing at the wall, the white wall that's opposite the window. Flipped it around and pointed at the window. And we rest like a coffee table on a sofa to film these. So we're standing up.
We're standing up, so we get
So it's the same sort of thing that Sherry and Brandy do.
Frank Pickle. Now he was always I always remember him being in the parish meetings with his little notebook, making mistakes and just being a little bit slow and being completely awful at his little job of writing down the notes. And you were a little bit stuck with him, weren't you?
Yeah, so I sort of watched him, and he was kind of like a little bit fussy and sort of like that sort of person.
So you wanted to sort of do something a little bit bonkers, didn't you?
So I wanted to do something. We went in the garden. I saw the gnome and thought, do you know what? I might measure a gnome. And I thought, because he looks a bit like a little gnome, it would be quite funny because he's like a little gnome. And then I tried to write it in my little book. So yeah, I think I got his mannerisms.
You did. You look like him.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to do something with.
So there's the third Christmas meal now.
Different hats, different wall, different
drink.
Glass. So it's just changing little things.
But it's the same meal. It's the same.
We've changed a little.
Same plate. I was going to start changing plates, but I thought that's going too far.
Oh, and we've changed the lights. Look, we've got this. We've put an orange filter on our lights now.
Thanks to our friend Kim Peterson.
Yeah.
Who suggested it, perhaps.
And it's really changed. It's really changed, like the filming quality. So we're pleased about that.
No. One of my favourite characters from Dibley.
Jason Darcy says that Little Frank came out towards the end of the show.
He did.
Little Frank Pickle.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, we're going to see Jim Trot. So Alan's going to do it. I'll pause it after he's spoken.
No, yes.
He was always my favourite character because he was sort of his no would get like misconstrued. Like there was the episode where there was a garden fete, and he'd do the little tannoy going, "There's no. Parking is on the field." And people going, "Is there parking? Are you saying there's no parking on the field?" No. Yes, yes, there's parking on the field. So he made me laugh.
Trevor Peacock, he's called, isn't he? Is he called Trevor Peacock?
The actor?
Yeah, might be wrong. I think my friend used to go out with his son, who's now married to Catherine Parkinson from the IT Crowd.
Oh, okay.
I think I might be completely wrong. Final Christmas dinner.
Oh, the funniest one where she has to have a sprout eating contest
with Hugo,
with Hugo's dad, and she's really just cramming in that sprout, and she wins. I think
she does win. She does win.
And then I think she thinks that's it, and then
they bring on the puddings,
big massive pudding. Now we had to include Liz Smith's character of Letitia Cropley. I read somewhere that the actress Liz Smith was actually informed of her demise in Vicar of Dibley by the script being delivered. They didn't actually tell her she was getting the sack until she got the script. So she was a little bit upset by that. I read. Might be a rumour. I don't know. Might be not true, but that's what I read somewhere years ago. And we want to include her. She was only in like the first two
first series, maybe
first series, and then one episode where she dies.
Oh, but you made these little cupcakes, didn't you?
Yeah, and again I thought we want to do our own version of it, and I thought what would be absolutely rank, because her cakes were like Marmite and chocolate or ham and lemon curd sandwiches, and I thought what's worse? And I thought prawn and piccalilli cupcakes.
Yeah, so we made them. I thought they looked quite tasty. I don't eat fish, but I thought they looked like little vol au vent.
Yeah.
Prawn and piccalilli cupcake, Vicar.
And she's also famous for doing really bizarre flower arrangements. So I thought we'd make a little weird flower arrangement with bees in it. So that's our little homage to her. Oh, we were talking about him the other day, weren't we?
Yeah, Trigger. What a good actor. What a funny actor.
It was so funny. I mean, he was hilariously funny in Only Fools and Horses, but he was equally as funny in this.
Emily Lloyd's father.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's filmed at the little gate to the Ginnel at the back of our house, which we've done lots of filming down there.
And one of our followers said that Jamie looked really, really butch, and I think you do, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yay!
So I put mascara through my beard to make it darker. I wear my little overalls, my PPE left over from the oil rigs, army jacket over the top, big rubber glove on.
Okay.
And then we had to include a joke. We wanted it to have a joke in, like the end of every episode, where the vicar tells Alice a joke and it just kind of falls on deaf ears because she doesn't get it. And we thought about doing a joke that they'd done on
already
the show.
done, but we thought, no, let's try and find one that they hadn't done, just to sort of give us some originality with our version.
Yeah, so we did our own joke. So we'll let you watch that, and then we'll see you at the end.
Two nuns walking through a park
Yes, Vicar.
when they're confronted by a flasher.
Oh, good gracious me, no.
Now, the old nun immediately had a stroke, and the young one didn't even touch it.
Vicar, really, I don't think this is a laughing matter. I think they need to notify the authorities. Maybe call an ambulance for the nun that's had the stroke and the police to deal with the flasher.
Stroke.
Oh, really, Vicar? Honestly, I don't know what Dibley's coming to. I don't.
There you go.
So yeah, we loved doing that one. It was nice.
So that was this weekend.
It's going down well. We've not had much negative feedback like we did with Hyacinth.
No, it's not gone as like crazy as Hyacinth, but it's got, we've had loads of views. So yeah, which is exciting, and hopefully it'll just keep on getting out there and people will keep sharing it and seeing it. Yeah, we had fun doing it. And we got something planned for this weekend.
Yep.
So we kind of work a little bit on it on Friday, film it on Saturday, edit it on Sunday and get it out Sunday evening. And then we'll do, if you've enjoyed our little director's commentary, we might do that again next week. People are asking about Father Ted. We did a photograph of Father Ted. Let me see if I can find our Father Ted photo to show you. But it's a good idea. We could do a Father Ted little video you have been watching. But I'll find the photo so I can show you that.
We've got a dog collar now, haven't we?
We've got a dog collar, but we need 3 dog collars. Let me bring that up and see if you can see this. Here we are. Pretty good, eh?
Yeah, it's good out there, isn't it?
Let me zoom in on people. Did he look like him?
Amazing.
Oh, this is Doyle. And then me as Father Ted. And then me as Father Dougal. So there we go. That's our little Father Ted. That was yeah, look, can you imagine how hard that was to shoot that? Just look just look at it and look where everyone is, because that's like 4 photos that then we have to edit and cut together and make it work. But yeah, I think we did a really good job there. I've not seen that for a long time, that photograph. Yeah, Father Ted's such a good show, isn't it? So yeah, there we go. And Mary again plays her little part in there. Yeah, there we go. All the fun of the fair. Go back to that. Peggy is still here. She's there on the chaise longue, chilled out. Here comes my husband back from the loo.
I might go somewhere else.
You just said I'm going for a Jimmy.
Sorry, my chair's stuck. My chair's stuck.
Come forward. Oh, don't pull that.
Sorry. But Jane got stuck on the floor.
Mary came from New Brighton.
Again, your lovely dad.
Yeah,
brought
Mum
it.
and Dad bought it. So I found it on eBay and wanted it, and found out it was not too far from Mum and Dad. So yeah, Mum and Dad went to pick it up, and yeah, and then they bought it. I think he was like, "What the hell do you want a big Mary statue for?" But I just wanted it in the garden.
Do you think he was embarrassed when he picked it up?
No, I don't think so. He most probably haggled for it. Carl Mansfield, we have done a picture of. Gimme. There it is.
We were pleased that one, weren't we?
Yeah, that's early days of
Early
the
on.
Isolation Creations, when we didn't have many wigs at all.
That wig has.
And shops were shut.
That wig has become so many wigs. That's been like Linda Barron's wig in the Open All Hours. The Les Dawson. It's been Les Dawson with curlers in it. It's been awesome. It might have been a Cilla Black as well once.
That's a big surprise, surprise, surprise.
I shouldn't say the name, should I?
Don't mention
Say
it.
her name. Say her name.
Pegs is posing. Oh, we caught her in a rather intimate moment, I'm afraid. I don't know about doing a whole episode. People are saying we should do a whole episode to give us a clue. I think it would get too.
I think you'd get bored of us.
I think you'd get bored of us. I think it's nice in little snitches and snatches. Maybe like if we did if we did a sketch show, we could keep coming back to it like they do with like Number Wang and things like that.
I suppose what we'd have to do, because when we're in every outfit, we'd have to do loads of like reactions, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it would be a dead hard edit. Yeah, we did 4 separate pictures for Father Jack, and then put it all together. This is your live sketch suggestion.
This is your life.
This is your life from Anthony Berry. Lisa Michelle Dukes, thank you for joining us tonight. Marcia's said we must look out for Scylla's shoulder shuffle in the clip. So we're going to have a little look and watch Scylla's shoulder. Well, that's like an actor's warm-up. Scylla's shoulder shuffle.
That's a big surprise, surprise, surprise.
Do you want to look at this?
Yeah.
When I used to, when I lived in Liverpool, best friend Rachel, we used to watch Surprise, Surprise, and then phone each other afterwards with like our favourite little moments. We had a notepad and wrote down like Enid's hair was amazing, and always little funny things. And we always used to do the Scylla dance when we saw each other.
Alex Johnson says 2 nuns are on a bike ride and they go across a cobbled street. Is that the one he's doing?
2 nuns go on a bike ride. They get back. The young nun says, "That was fun. I've never come that way before." And the old nun says, "That's the cobblestones, dear."
Naughty, naughty.
Yeah, we did see the Line of Duty, Boris Johnson. We think they got the actual actors to do the lines, didn't we?
Yeah, I think they recorded them from home, do you? And then
Yeah,
just sent
because
them in.
everyone was separate sound quality and stuff.
Yorkshire Busboy says, have we heard from Dame Sue Bovell? No, she's been quiet, hasn't she?
She's been very quiet, Dame Sue Bovell.
We saw the advert again the other day, didn't we, on TV?
We did.
Yep.
The birthday boy is asking us, which surprise song do we prefer? I prefer Life is full of surprises. It's so easy for dreams to come true. Life is full of surprises.
That one.
But
Do you want to look at this?
Yeah.
sorry, I shouldn't invoke her, should I? But yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I think it's written by Kate Robbins. That one.
Really?
Yeah. Kate Robbins, who plays Babs in Dinner Ladies. Urmston. In Dinner Ladies.
Oh, we saw in Mandy the other night, didn't we?
Yeah, oh, I love Mandy. Have you watched Mandy, anyone, on iPlayer? It's such a funny show. It's like it's been my favourite comedy for a long time.
They're funny because they're only short, aren't they? They're about
They're
15
10 minutes,
long.
yeah.
And they're like it's like a sort of cartoon character, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like
is.
a cartoon strip.
It's very Harry Hill as well. Harry Hill's sort of
and bizarre, which is good.
Oh yeah, and just such a great weird supporting cast. John Cooper Clarke was in one.
Yeah.
Charlie Chuck was in one. Oh, it's great.
Yeah. She has like this little array of celebrities that just pop up and, you know, add a bit of fun to her crazy mind.
Yeah. Oh, here she is in.
Oh, is she in?
Here she is.
Here she is.
We're also going to be on Here She Is, the radio show. So we're not going to be sharing a bed with Timmy, but we're going to be on the Here She Is radio show, which we're very excited about. We were going to do it this week, but I got more work. I got another job, didn't I?
Yeah, you've got another little job to do.
Which is why those lights are back up for the eagle-eyed amongst you.
I helped you film it this afternoon, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm editing it tomorrow. A lot of love for Mandy. Yeah. And Kate Robbins was great parodying Jay McDonald. Yeah, Kate Robbins plays sort of a Jay McDonald character in Mandy. If you've not seen it, you must watch it.
Oh yeah, give it a go. Cause I said they're only short, but they're funny.
Yeah.
But they, I don't know why they're not longer, but perhaps that's.
I think it's nice that they're just little like that because they're so bonkers. I think if you dragged it out, it would be too much. But it's Diana Morgan, who plays Philomena Kunk. If anyone knows her, which is again one of my favourite characters' inventions.
Yeah.
And we just started watching Afterlife,
Season 2.
Season 2. So we'd watched Season 1 years ago. Gillian McShane has just mentioned it. Kate Robbins is in Series 3 of Afterlife. And she gives a sort of Kim Woodburn energy in it. So we're watching Season 2 at the moment of Afterlife.
We're loving that, aren't we?
Loving it. It's it's a real gentle, nice comedy. Like certain bits of it, we think are a little bit... well, not certain bits. We think the Amdram character and the Amdram setup feels a bit
like
out of sync,
a bit shoehorned in
from it all. But everything else is so sort of gentle.
I love the Penelope Wilton bench scenes.
Oh yeah.
I love Rasheen. Oh, I love Rasheen anyway. She's so funny. And the post
Joe Wilkinson, yeah,
from the Cockfields,
which we also loved. What else are we watching at the moment? Oh, we've just started watching Snowpiercer, which we're enjoying on Netflix.
Which is a series they've made.
Based on a film by a Korean director.
Which they've now turned into a series, which I think is Series 3 now. We're a bit behind on everything, really.
Money Heist. Money Heist was not our favourite. It was my favourite show of the last few years. And we just finished that a few weeks ago.
And we watched it in Spanish,
didn't we? We watched it in Spanish because we're bilingual.
With the subtitles. We like to read. Yes.
Oh yeah, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hello, loving the latest video. Please, can you perform Bad Girls? It would be so funny. We will do Bad Girls. We started watching Bad Girls again to kind of think about how to do it, and then we've stopped. But we should get back to it because we'd be the two Julies of.
There's so many characters.
So many characters. Michael is here. Michael's back. Michael loves Bad Girls. Alan's brother loves Body Bag. Michael's a little bit like Body Bag.
He is.
We were obsessed with a character called Darlene Cake in Bad Girls, and she's in kind of, I guess, season 6 or something like that. And she's this big Jamaican, like tall, glamorous Jamaican actress. I can't remember her name. Anyway, she smuggles in some biscuits, I think, and Body Bag's going to take them off, and she goes, "What you think we're going to do? Carve you up with a jammy dodger?" It might have been one of my favourite lines ever.
Yeah, there's some great writers for that, didn't they?
Yeah. And, of course, Amanda Barry was in it, wasn't she? With
Stephanie
Beauchamp. The Costa Cons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's ticking away. It's ticking away in there.
And then, what's her name? From EastEnders was in it. Was it Shirley from EastEnders was in it? It was Yvonne? Was it Yvonne?
Yeah. She was a big top dog, wasn't she? Pete Potofsky's just said a Mandy quote. I don't watch anything in black and white. It's like a dog's made it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Here we go. Here she is. Says, you know your backdrop with the different colours? I know exactly what you're going to say. It's the same backdrop behind Bette Davis when she sings, "Whatever happened to Baby Jane?"
That is on the list. I've been looking at I've been looking for a green dress, and then that will be recreated. Don't you worry.
Yeah, just in like every bit of it. Anyone who's not seen that, if you look up Bette Davis singing "Whatever Happened to Baby Jane," she sort of released it as a pop record, didn't she?
Yeah.
She sings it in black and white, but in Feud, the TV show that was made a few years ago.
Oh,
is it in colour?
Oh, it's colour, yeah.
But in Feud, you see Susan Sarandon doing it.
Yeah.
She does this swinging with her little
skirt,
doesn't she?
It looks like when she's on the show, she doesn't want to sing it, but she's sort of forced into singing it, but she sings it. Yeah.
Lots of little nun jokes coming into the YouTube chat, which I'm missing. Mishmash, Mike Allen's brother's giving away spoilers for Bad Girls, so if you've never seen it, don't read his comments. Shirley from EastEnders was Yvonne, and Tina from EastEnders was the screw Lorna Rose in Bad Girls. Do you remember when Shirley was filming with Danny Dyer just around the corner?
In Broadstairs?
Yeah. So we lived in Broadstairs, we lived in a square that kind of looked out to the sea, and just around the corner was an ice cream parlour called Morelli's, which is a real beautiful kind of Art Deco ice cream parlour, and they do a lot of filming there. And Danny Dyer came down with his kind of family, and they filmed an episode or 2 episodes of EastEnders down on that bit of the south coast. Anyway, I was walking past when they were all
Peggy,
coming out with Peggy, and I sort of went, oh, because Danny Dyer was coming out the door, and he thought I was going, oh, about him, and he sort of went, oh
about you, right?
and I went, oh, Annette, and Annette Badland was coming out, and Annette Badland, her husband partner, worked with us in Momi in 1997 when we met, so we've known Annette since
the
1997. 90s. Annette taught Alan how to do a Russian accent for a play.
She did.
Annette was obsessed with, well, not obsessed with me.
You always make things up. No, she
really liked you.
She liked me. She wasn't obsessed with me.
She's all over him. Oh, I'm only joking, Michael.
What, you've been telling him off?
He's apologising for spoiling Bad Girls for his spoilers.
So yeah, you saw Annette and
had a little chat with her. I don't think she really remembered me, but she remembered him.
I'm hard to forget.
You are hard to forget. 7 Network says, what's your favourite all-time game or quiz show?
Oh, I think Bullseye, because I loved it when there was female women on it. Yeah, we play darts at the Frog and Ferret.
We should do a Bullseye sketch.
Yeah, and then I still watch it now on Challenge because I was obsessed. I'm obsessed by the prizes that they used to give away, like a set of glasses.
We'll replace
a trouser press,
and we'll replace Bully with
Sherry.
One.
I'm not sure she did very good on the spelling.
Melanie Fairley stopped watching EastEnders when Frank Butcher left. We stopped watching it.
The Honey
We
Story.
stopped watching it when Honey Mitchell came into it because we just thought she was just such a sort of. It just felt like, oh, this is just a comment, like they're shoehorning in silly comedy caricatures for no reason.
We used to work a lot of the evenings, so we used to miss the evening performances, the evening episodes. So we used to watch it on a Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah, but it ended up being like 5 hours.
4 hours long. It's like, oh my god, this is never ending. So we got bored of it that way, really, didn't we? Watching it in one big lump.
Your brother's just sent me to the pound, and says that Joan Ferguson's going to feed me soup.
I told you he's like body bag, didn't I?
He is like body bag. Game show videos. We'll have to think if we can do game show videos. The problem with doing game show videos is they have these massive kind of sets and props. And we only got
the coloured wall.
We can't build like the flip board for.
I mean, what we could do is we could use footage of a darts match, and then. I mean, it wouldn't be very long, would it?
Bullseye's not got that much because it's just a dartboard. But it's things like we can't do Wheel of Fortune, can we? Because we can't build that.
No, you'd have to use the footage of the original shows.
There we go. Loads of people stopped watching EastEnders. We should have done a question of the day. When did you stop watching EastEnders? Coronation videos are amazing. Coronation Street videos. Thank you, Andrew. We are going to do Emmerdale, so Emmerdale's kind of on our cards. But we're going to do Emmerdale Farm. So we're going to do Emmerdale Farm, and then we're going to think about doing Emmerdale.
Again, we need some nice weather.
Yeah, we do need nice weather.
So that'll be in the spring and summer.
All right, my lovelies. It is 9:30. I think we should call it a night. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to be back next week. We'll be back with the news report. We'll be back with a couple of clips. Gigglebox people will be back at some point, but I just got another big old job come in on the strength of the stuff that I've been doing earlier on this month. So suddenly I've just got loads of work until kind of towards the end of February. We're still going to do the videos at the weekend, but
we're not going anywhere. Please don't think
anywhere.
we're leaving you. We're not. But, you know, we originally when we first started doing Ice Age Creations, we thought, oh, it'll die off when things are back to normal. But because of your love and support, it hasn't. So we're happy to continue as long as you want us to. So
yeah, we're going to keep going. It's just at the moment I've got lots of work on, so it's hard to do kind of the sketches for this midweek kind of live show. But the weekend thing we're still going to do because we have a lot of fun doing that. You can tell we have a lot of fun making it. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. How awful to be working hard, I know.
We hope you have a lovely week and weekend. Stay warm, stay safe. And I think from tomorrow it's no masks on your face, dog, isn't it?
Oh, I'm going to be wearing
I'll be wearing mine. I'm still wearing mine.
Yeah, if you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. And if you see someone not wearing a mask, it doesn't matter. It's not getting on your nerves, so don't get on theirs. All right, my loves.
Have a great week, my darlings.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to look at this?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Cause that's a big surprise, surprise, surprise.
I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Using a satin fabric creates puckering.
Honey, let this cookie crumble.